What is going on, everybody? Let me just sneak in here real quick. Let's see what's going on here. Hello, hello. All right. There we go. Does look a little weird, but that's okay. Got this pulled up now. Excellent. What's up, Grant Tilley? Mark Curtis, welcome back to YouTube, man. I'm glad to be back. Though I did bring the laptop. I learned from trying to do the Instagram live that one time. Maybe having the laptop here to read the comments off of might not be a bad idea, especially if I'm rocking it by myself. You know, if at this table, if I had like Tim and everybody here, might not be that smart of an idea. But anyway, yes, I'm happy to be back. Let's see, combat art training. Who is this? Yeah, man, it's me. Donald Rocco, hello, sir. Willie Everett, I was glad to see this pop up on my phone tonight. Me too, man. Big Dog Status here from Cali. Hello, sir. Yeah, I was. So the reason why we're doing the YouTube thing here tonight is I was under the impression that it was 90 days from when we got our strike. And so, I've been going back and forth trying to figure this stuff out. I've appealed a bunch of videos. I've tried everything I can. I've went to the YouTube Help Center. I've just like done the AI chat and everything like that, trying to figure something out. And anyway, the good news with all of that is I ended up finding out that it was only a week from one of the more. So it wasn't the warning. It was a week from whichever strike we got. So anyway. It's been a week since then, so here we are. Let's see, Tyler Willis, what's going on? Dale Woodmansey, hello, sir. Excited to see you and Carter up there in Kentucky later on in come October. Austin's here, hello. Radio Made Easy, what's going on, man? Justin Smith, William S. Can't stay working security. All right, man, do what you got to do, dude. I do like me some One Piece. That's for sure. And is that Hillybilly? Hillbilly. Okay, I thought there was an extra I in there. Yes, what is going on, everybody? So yeah, man. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this YouTube stuff that's been going on. We are able to upload. And as you guys can tell, we can go live again. The shorts and stuff will start coming back out on YouTube. The videos, we're going to start getting those uploaded again. We have one strike right now. So there's a difference between like the warnings and the strikes. We have one strike right now. If we end up, and I don't know what, like I know what for, but so the video that we got the strike over, it was actually the video that Kayla and Dakota did, like way back whenever Dakota first started helping us with the videos and stuff. I can't even remember the exacts of it right now. Another benefit of having the computer right here. But long story short, if we get 2 more strikes within 90 days of the of that one, we will end up, the channel will be permanently like nothing we can do about it kind of thing. And yeah, so this actually the one that we got the strike on, it wasn't even the Dakota. It was Kayla, and when Kayla and I did the video over helping for the first range day, believe it or not. So if we end up getting another strike, then things are going to look a lot different on the YouTube channel. Nothing crazy, but we may end up backing away from doing like a whole bunch of I'm going to take out the bookmarks. I'm going to have to take out the description. So things like having links to our sponsors and everything like that, we're going to have to figure something else out. And all of this just kind of blows my mind because I'm like, yeah, what was wrong with that one? Right, exactly. So I mean, I've got it pulled up right here. Let me get back to it. But anyway, so long story short, I say all this to say this. We're going to be mindful of what we're putting up here on the YouTube stuff. We are working on getting the Liberty V things starting to push things there. So let's see, it's not giving me a specific on that one. Give me 1 second. The policy violation is content featuring firearms. That's the only thing that I can see right here. Now, if I click on that content policy, so content intended to sell firearms, instruct viewers on how to make firearms, ammunition, and certain accessories, or instruct viewers on how to install those accessories is not allowed on YouTube. You shouldn't be, YouTube should not be used as a platform to sell firearms or accessories noted below. YouTube also doesn't allow live streams to show someone holding, handling, or transporting a firearm. Sometimes content doesn't violate our policies, but it may not be appropriate for viewers under 18. YouTube will age restrict content showing the use of certain firearms and accessories, also noted below. So here is what this means for you. This is what they're talking about. YouTube will not allow you to post content if the purpose is to do one or more of the following: sell firearms or certain firearms accessories through direct sales, accessories that enable a firearm to simulate automatic fire, accessories that convert it to automatic fire, high-capacity magazines, or belts carrying more than 30 rounds. We cannot provide instructions on manufacturing any of the following: firearms, ammunition, high-capacity mags, homemade silencers, accessories that simulate automatic fire, accessories that convert to automatic fire, or give instructions to do that stuff. Provides instruction on how to remove certain firearm safety devices, such as the device, yada, yada, yada. So age-restricted content. All that stuff. So this is actually, now that I'm reading through this, links in the title or description of your videos to sites where firearms or the accessories noted above are sold. You can link to sites that discuss or review the items as long as those sites don't sell or give away those items directly. So, hey, we got to the bottom of it. It is, that's the only thing I can think of, is all the links to things like Ammo Supply Warehouse and stuff like that are what's biting us in the butt there, or not even necessarily Ammo Supply Warehouse. So I'd be curious to do that. I know this is riveting, just reading off the YouTube's content policy. If you guys have any questions, feel free, keep throwing them out there, man. I'm going to see if I can find. Yeah, here we go. We Need You is the video that got pulled down. Let's see. So that's Following Us, Student of the Gun, Barbell Logic. All right, so our links are for Defiant Munitions, AccuTac, NSR Tactical, Firearms Depot, Holstersmith, Knife Kits, Midwest, PowerTac, XS, Valhalla Tactical, and SOE. So I'm guessing, I'm guessing it's from the Firearms Depot stuff. It's from the, anything on there that's going to be selling the magazines and Midwest and everything. Like, some baloney, though, to say the least. It's absolutely, yeah, we are live. Yeah, it's Midwest Industries. Yeah, I mean that, and yeah, I don't even remember. I do remember Lewis talking with the guys over at Valhalla Tactical. I honestly, I don't even remember what they sell anymore. So anyway, so we're just going to be mindful of that stuff. I mean, because that's the only thing that I can think of in that video. We'll need to be mindful of maybe the bookends that we use. What if you just put up a link tree or something similar? It's not a bad idea, and maybe we could get away with that. Yes, yeah. The only issue I have, and it's not even that big of an issue, because at the end of the day, if YouTube just like brings the hammer down and ruins us, right? Like YouTube channel goes all the way away. Every single video other than the more recent one. So basically up until whenever Dakota jumped in and started helping edit videos after we had that break at the end of the year. Every single video up to that point is on LibreTV. Anything that was free on YouTube is free on LibreTV. So you guys can always go back and check that stuff out. It's there, and everything like that. So I'm not opposed to doing the link tree, because I still want to be able to give Midwest some kind of traffic. I want to be able to push people toward Anybody who's out here putting in actual work for you guys, you know. The issue is you're not a Fed. I know, man, a little bit. I'd be curious. A link to our sponsors page on the website would probably circumvent the sponsorship page and also make it easy for people to sign up for classes. Yeah. 11th thumbs up. Thanks, Savage. That's very kind of you. So I would be curious, like, I bet. So anyway, what I was getting at is, I'd be curious, like what I was telling, I can't remember who I was messaging back in the day whenever all this stuff first popped off, but I was like, is fucking Garand, and I think I talked about this already too, is Garand Thumb dealing with this right now, you know? Or is it because he pulls in more ad revenue for YouTube and we're demonetized, so we, you know, we're not bringing them any ad revenue in. Shit. When you Google Garand Thumb, first thing that pops up is Garand Thumb controversy. Anyway, what's going on with you guys while I sit here and do some research? I'm like, what's going on? Transcript. Yeah. Hey, you know what? He doesn't have any links to people like that. Not in that video. My whole internet research of 1. Sample size 1. Let's see. I need to log in. Yes, I promise. I haven't really forgotten. I've sort of forgotten. It's one of those things where like I will forget and then I'll remember, but not be in a position to handle it, and then I'll forget again. But yes, I will get that taken care of. So Rocco, that's what Dakota is getting on to me about. Is I need to get him a login so he can upload some stuff. But I'll get that figured out. It's BS that y'all are going through this. Meanwhile, the dude from Carnico is posting detailed energetics videos. I don't even know what that means. And you probably can't. YouTube will strike you down if you go into more detail. But I'm curious. Is that something I can Google? Should I Google it? Do I need to pull up an incognito tab whenever I go to Google this? Let's see. You and I were talking on that. Most big channels are owned by feds. Yeah, it has an agency to fight against that stuff as well. Yeah. Setting up my sewing machine. Hell yeah, Blake. Get after it, man. What are you going to be sewing? Some grandma squares? That's what Heather's wanting to learn. I guess grandma squares are a crochet thing. Energetics are not firearms according to the law. That's crazy. I don't know what you mean by that though. Like, is it somebody doing gun videos and calling it energetics? That's what it sounds like. Look at this, guys. I shouldn't have brought the laptop. Oh shit. I Googled it. Nothing popped up other than some other things. Uh-oh. Come back, chat. Where'd you go? Chemicals that go boom. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Austin's putting together an advanced medical class for the firm. Very cool. That's awesome, man. I can learn to make smoke G-nades on YouTube, but can't do a mag swap. You know, and I've heard Heather's getting on to me for how the camera lens looks right now. Or not getting on to me. She's giving me she's giving me some help from the end. I thought it looked a little weird. Let me see if I can fix the camera lens real quick for you. I can't another week where like I don't know if this will be. We'll check it. Excellent. So yeah, so anyway, about the mag swap thing. Now, I know that we talk about that. But I mean, it's the high no, because that was just talking about promoting the sale of high capacity magazines. It wasn't that you couldn't show it. Or is that where the problem's coming from? Anyway, so I say all that to say, like, are magazines really getting people in trouble? Like, reloads? No, wrong button, Joey. either way, it is silly. It is silly. They don't specifically mention reloads in here, but they keep it vague on purpose because I know that the thing is they say it falls under modifying the firearm and stuff like that, so I don't know. Like, plenty to be mad about. It's one of those things where I'm like, I want to make sure that whatever I'm yelling and ranting and yelling at clouds about, I'm being legit. Let's see. Damn. Dude, Dale, no problem, dude. I appreciate you signing up for the class. Heather and I were just talking about those classes up in Kentucky. So I will, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this right now. Is if you guys are in the Southeast kind of area and you can't make it down there to Florida, or particularly if you're in Kentucky, of course, we're going to do pistol and fast and accurate pistol up at Taprack Ridge. And that's because Rob up there wants to take fast and accurate, but he didn't want to come to Camden to take it. So that's why we're doing pistol and fast and accurate instead of pistol and advanced. That will be in October. I don't have the dates in front of me, though, but Dale's already signed up for it, paid in full. Carter's going to be there. We have a couple of other guys. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you jump on that as well. I didn't mention that class in the last post that we made about the mobile classes. And 3R Operations is here. We have a fighting pistol class coming up in New Hampshire as well at the end of this month. You have like a week and a half to sign up for it. So if you're up in the Northeast, like the Detroit area, apparently, like I think that's up in the Northeast. If you were here for the Instagram live stream, I did. But yeah, if you're in that area, guys, jump into that class. Let's see, what else? Boots, belts, bags, anything out of leather. Hell yeah, man. Excellent. And said, Carnicorn, I got excited for a second with Doug and Ashley. I don't know. Joey got really good at making pizza, and you should be pumped for your Florida trip now. I was already pumped. I do enjoy me some pizza, though. So here we go. Don't care if you're a little funny looking. I know. Heather shouldn't either. She's married to me. Let's see. Kyle Boer. Hello, sir. Let's see. They considered swapping 30 mags to be something along the construction from what Brandon Herrera said. Okay. I Dream of Freedom, Ashley Duggan. Great song. Let's see. Could you do manipulations with a hyper-real airsoft gun? I don't know. Probably not. Because the problem with all this YouTube stuff is it's not like there's a guy watching the videos and being like, that's an actual gun and that isn't. There's an AI that flags as soon as a video that features something that looks like a gun, as soon as that pops up, they get it. And the reason why I think that is because a few years ago, actually, whenever I took my instructor class for tactical response, we were live streaming it. And the first part of the class, like the first 30 minutes or so, were fine when we were doing all the administrative stuff. But I mean, literally within seconds of us showing a red gun. So not an actual gun. It's the red gun that we use for demoing things in class. As soon as that red gun came up on the live stream, the stream was killed. Down, no one could watch it, So they definitely have some bots that are just scrubbing all the videos looking for that gun-shaped objects. So no, I mean, probably not. Could I appeal it? I don't know, probably not, because I've appealed a bunch of these videos, and now that I was kind of leaning toward the links might have been a problem. If you've talked to me like down here, anybody I've talked to about the YouTube stuff in person, I've kind of been talking about the links to them. But yeah, like I've appealed a bunch of stuff for those, like that video right there. We need you. The only thing, I appealed it, and within like an hour they were like denied. And the only thing they say is, hey, we've reviewed your video carefully and your appeal is not worth considering, or something like that. So Jonathan Webb, glad to be doing the live again. Let's see. Can't attend AOR because AOR is sending me to Ohio Range Day. Boo. So let me see what's going on with the website here. Sorry, guys. That seltzer's getting to me. Now, it might only show that far out because we might not have as much. Oh, dang. They've been we are working on this. We have some our guys working on some stuff. So the training page, if you guys haven't looked at the training page in a little bit, there's some new stuff popping up there. So threw me for a loop there. Let's see. So training, book training, calendar view. So anyway, I was saying that we may not have a whole lot scheduled past January of next year. We have some stuff scheduled that has been locked in for other people. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Let me get this pulled up as well. So that's probably why it's only showing 5 more months worth of training. What am I doing here? See, this is the benefit of bringing the laptop. When you guys pop up in here and you ask me a question, normally I'd be like, yes, I will take care of that as soon as I get home. And then what do? I forget. Now you've got me right here with my laptop. I can handle this stuff right now. So yep, January. We do have a bunch scheduled in February. It looks like right now the most we have scheduled is out to February of 2026. Is that the issue that we're facing here, Liberty Seeker? Let's see. If you need to make an extended pit stop north of Louisville, let Mark know. Amaya just requested off next month, so the kids can go. So the kids and I can come and visit during the Florida trip. Awesome. Let's see. Carter and them are carpooling. Oh yeah, someone's gonna have to drive for Carter since he's got a broken ankle. Scanning. Yep, gun-shaped object. Heather's in the house. Heather is here. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, that's Grant. You almost nailed it. That's almost like word for word. Binge watcher. Hey, Dad. Hello, son. Stephen Brock. Did I get your email about? Yes, I did. And if I didn't reply back to you, apologies. I will reply back to you. I'm not going to type out an email on the live stream, but I will pull it up so I can have it ready to go first thing in the morning. What's going on, Garrett, man? I saw some more of your after action reports popping up in the alumni group. So you're still out there taking a bunch of classes and stuff like that. So being a better person than me. Let's see. Anyway, guys, if you got a question, throw it out there, man. I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. We do have some students coming in. We had them here for fighting pistol. Have a student from Japan. He's been having a blast. That was Amaya. She is offended. Oh. Sorry about the delay in the red dot. Oh, dude, no worries. I didn't even want you to do it. No, it actually ended up turning out better than I thought it was going to. That sounds terrible to say, but yeah, it was just leading up to the class, man. It was my first like full 2-day class. I was stressing and worrying about it, and I don't think it's one of those things where like I can only imagine like how many times did James have to teach? How many times did he have to teach fighting pistol before he was like, yes, this is like I am happy with this, you know? I don't know, because we were still making changes to it up until he passed. So you think we could? Yes, we can. Sorry. Just reading out loud. Another thing that we do have scheduled coming up next year on the actual dates, dude. I'm going to have this laptop every single time now. Heather might be able to just say it off the top of her head because I cannot remember the exact dates, and I'm not seeing them on a back end here. I know that it's on the new website. We're doing mag dumps and mascara again. Long story short, Heather, if you're here, what are the actual dates for that? What are the actual dates for the mag dumps and mascara? Let's see. Twiggy Bones, need some shotgun tips. Red dot still a no-go on the 12 gauge. I would say it's not a no-go. I think that I don't know, man. I haven't had enough experience with red dots on shotguns for me to say if it's worth it or not. What I tell people is if you want to put a red dot on your shotgun, it's not going to quote unquote hurt anything, but are you getting a massive benefit from it? I mean, maybe, you know, all of those benefits that we talk about with red dots on pistols and rifles and stuff. So, um, like they would apply to the shotgun as well, the target focus and things like that. So, yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a no-go. It really does come down to personal preference. Until I get some more reps with one, until I take a like Grant's talking about here, until I take a class like with a red dot, like a dedicated 2-day class with it on a shotgun, I can't give a honest answer. Fighting pistol rifle looks like the furthest out we can see is December. Let me see if that's going. Yeah, because we definitely have some pistol and shotgun, or sorry, pistol and rifle scheduled in January of 2026 on our end. Yeah, so that's not popping up here. That's okay. I will address that first thing tomorrow. I need to make sure that we get that updated. Now, let me just do this real quick and see if I go to the fighting pistol here, and specifically, yes, yeah, December is the furthest it goes there as well. So, yeah, man, I'll get that sorted out. Absolutely get that sorted out. Any plans for fighting revolver? No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. If so, you know how Charles is putting together that shotgun class, SUT class. Like if anybody, any of our classes, if you guys have a class that you want to take, if you guys can get enough people to put down a deposit, we will put a class whenever, wherever you want, barring it, you know, something else being there first. So, hey man, Austin, if you want to take a revolver class, get all your buddies to call and be like, hey, we want the revolver class on this day, and then we'll put it on there. Let's see. The machine gun shoot is free for anyone and everyone to participate for funsies. Yes, free, that you don't have to pay anything extra to shoot the machine guns, right? You just have to bring the ammo that you want to shoot for it. And then that was the other thing that I was going to look up is those dates, Heather. The mag dumps and mascara dates. So let me just click here, and then click here, and then click there. I want to say it was in April, but I didn't see it on the other calendar. New website's good for something. Yeah. Let's see. It is April 25th and 26th. Yes. Anyway, so we're doing the mag dumps and mascara. So if you guys had anyone who in your life who missed out on that, go ahead, get them in that class. It was a lot of fun. The last time Heather and Kayla and Braquel taught that. Well, let's start taking it from the top. If you guys don't know what mag dumps and mascara was or is coming up, so whatever dates I just said, 25th and 26th, I believe in April of next year. Basically, they wanted to put together. It's not an all girls fighting pistol class, right? It is a all girls pistol class though, where Heather, Kayla, and Braquel it is a bridge for them to get into some further training, hopefully. Or if that's all the training they get, they try to get to that survival level of proficiency that we like to talk about over here. So everyone who was involved in it last time that I've talked to had a good time. Amaya was in it. We had a friend. Actually, I have a friend. The husband is my friend, and he has not taken a class with us, but his wife came and took mag dumps and mascara. And I'm always giving him shit for that. So anyway, not only that, but we will do the machine gun shoot. That'll be on the day 2, I believe. So the 26th of whatever. And then they are working on some type of hangout situation after class is over. What they did last time was rent out one of the cabins out at Birdsong Range, and not Birdsong Range, at the Birdsong Marina. I think the plan is to try to figure something along those lines out again. No guarantees, but it is going to be something after class for all of them to hang out and you know, do their girl stuff or whatever that is, you know, draw pentagrams on the ground and summon demons and stuff like that. Twiggy Bones, no problem, man. Yeah, so combat art training. If you don't know Andrew down there in Florida, He says, put a red dot on your shotgun, zero it, you will be happy. Plus, it looks dope. So excellent advice, covering the one of the most overlooked aspects of training, which is the looking dope. But Andrew's a very, very good instructor and has done a whole bunch of red dot stuff. So he's one of those guys who, if he told me to put a red dot on my shotgun, I would be like, okay, that's definitely a point in its favor. So Andrew, you'll be glad to know. So I don't know if Andrew wants me to talk about this or not, but I'm about to. So after we did some live stream, Andrew called me up and said, "Hey man, like, I won't get into all of the specifics, but long story short, he was like, you need to give the dot only a shot." And I ended up agreeing with him, because here was my turning point for it, because he made some very good points, and then there were some points where I was like, yeah, but, and whatever. So anyway, the point is, how many times have I gotten comments, or we have gotten comments over the way we do something? So we have a guy, like, we rack the slide every time we reload the pistol, right? And someone gets in there inevitably and talks about how that's dumb, yada yada yada. And my gut reaction, and where I will like pick on this guy from, is like, oh, but you've never tried it our way. Like, you've never done it before to know if this would even be something you could consider or would want to consider. And so for me, the dot versus the circle is a very similar thing. I have done circle the entire time that I've shot a red dot. I take that back. The first class I took was Tom Given's instructor course. And when I took that class with the red dot, it had a circle with the dot in the middle of it. Then I came back and Lewis was like, you should just swap to the circle. So other than those 3 days over there taking that class, every other time I've shot my pistol, it has been circle only. I have not actually given the dot only a shot. So after that conversation, I have been shooting with just the dot only. Now I haven't went out and practiced a whole bunch. Anytime I demo in class though, and I try to sneak in a few demos, because it's like the only time I get to shoot without intentionally driving out there for practice, so I have been giving it a fair shot, and I have to say it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought I was going to struggle going back to target focus, because with the circle, you just look through it so much that it's, boom, just look through it and it's fine. I'm not having any harder of a time finding it, but that's because I've taken your class and Don's class. So like, if I didn't find, like, if I don't find the dot right now, I wouldn't have found the circle either. Like, I really fucked the draw up for me to not find the dot at that point, right? And I don't think the circle, that whole thing of like, sometimes you can see like a portion of the circle, I never really got that. Like, it's either all the way in or all the way out, even with the circle. So so anyway, there's that. So I'm not struggling with that. I will say that I do I lose sight of it more if I'm shooting faster. I'm having a harder time, like Garrett talks about, is tracking, like how it just becomes a streak. I don't know. I never see it. Like, if I'm shooting fast, I really did prefer. I think I do prefer the circle only, but maybe not, because if I'm having enough time to sit there and process the fact that I'm seeing the circle, I don't know. So I don't know. I'd have to give it a shot, or I have to keep giving it a shot, I should say. You can save a life. Might as well look cool doing it. Yeah, absolutely. Why would they need to summon more of their kind? Hey, man. Gotta keep the numbers high. Dot only is the answer. It works okay for Garrett. Yeah. So Garrett, Andrew, I'm not gonna call Andrew out or anything like that, but he did try to use Garrett as an excuse. And I'm like, listen, Garrett is like a superhuman shooter and stuff like that. And it's like, if that's our goal, is like someone who shoots that well, is because that's what they do, that's what we should do, there's a lot of things we would have to change. I'd have to become a cop first thing, because that's what Garrett is. Garrett is my confirmation bias. Well, hey man, at least you're honest about it. Now, oh man, I just have to convince Garrett to swap to circle only. And that's just world shattering. Let's see. Grant Tilley, trying to stay open-minded about circle only, but I don't think it will get me to switch. Well, yeah, I mean, here's where my mind is at right now. Is I don't think either one of them, given enough time, is necessarily like leagues better than the other. Andrew kind of said something along the lines in the phone call. He was like, I don't care what reticle you use, but pick one and use it, kind of thing. Because at the end of the day, it's not, I mean, we talked a lot about it on the thing in that phone call, but it's, it's not how well you shoot isn't about what the dot looks like or doesn't look like and stuff like that, yeah, just pick one and do it. I I do like the circle only. I am a fan of it. I like, but that's probably just for me using it so much now, because when I do talk about like looking through it for that target focus, being able to track it better when I'm shooting quicker and stuff like that. If Andrew went and shot a circle only versus the dot, right? Like he might have the invert. He might be saying the same thing, but to the opposite things, because he's done the dot more. Same thing for Garrett, so on and so forth. So it really, at the end of the day, like we always talk about, it comes down to practice, it has become a bit of a bit. So I don't want to feel like we're just sitting here like we're not like hammering, like saying like using this reticle will make you a better fighter. That's not what we're saying. We're saying like we prefer this reticle. I think it's cool, and I think that it has some benefits over the other one. But now that I'm using the other one, I'm like, I think they're about the same. So do whatever. No reticle will make you a better shooter. Yeah, right, exactly. Let me know the next time you do fighting red dot. Garrett'd be happy to help out. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely. I'll tell you. Never mind. I'm going to be sending you an email, probably soon. And by soon, I mean sometime from tomorrow to 6 months from now. Yeah, Adam, I filmed Garrett and Carson shooting Andy's challenge for the Surgical Speed Shooting Summit. Scary fast. Yeah. Garrett, Carson, like, yeah, they were blazing. Like as soon as they mentioned a competition, normally I am like a naturally competitive person. You put me in a class full of strangers, and I'm like, here we go, I got this. But yeah, as soon as we did this, like they were like, hey guys, we're gonna do a little shoot off competition, like whoever does the best in this thing, yada yada yada. I was like, ah shit. Like Garrett's in this class, Carson's in this class, like, and who else? I was like, never mind, I'm not winning it. Let's see. Yes, I get the same scores on drills with the donut, but it doesn't feel good. There is more to it, and I'll do a video on it. It goes deep. Yes. Well, see, there's the deal. There it is, right there. Anything that you're going to talk about and get into, of course, it's going to go deep. You nerd. Let's see. Now I will say, I don't know what will I say that I haven't said already. That I will say this for the third time. Using the dot only. So when we did the fighting pistol class, it was a smaller class, so we had some time at the end of the day. So we did some 25-yard shooting, and trying to go for A zone hits because I didn't have B8s to take out there with me. Using the dot only, I do still struggle with not letting the dot distract me. Like if I'm wanting to look at the X-ring for that, like if that's where I want the bullet to go, right? That's where I want the round to go. The dot covers it, which, that comes down to practice. Like just being like, okay, I can't see the X-ring right now. Like I know it's behind this dot. So it's a good time to start smoothly applying pressure to the rear kind of thing. that's fine. But I do prefer with the circle. So talking about how it feels better for me with the circle, just looking right through it and being able to concentrate right where the X crosses in on the target, So absolutely, I understand that completely. Pick one and use it is good advice. Confidence in your choice matters most. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a big deal. Yeah. Yep. Aim point P2 and COA are solid. They just work solid scores for all the classes in dot only. Yeah. Well, that's because you're a freak, superhuman, just burning it down, and you've put in the work. You know, I don't think that there's anybody who could argue that you haven't put the work in. All they have to do is they go and look at the tactical response alumni page and see all of the after action reports. So at the end of the day, if you want to shoot as well as Garrett, it doesn't matter if you've got the circle. It doesn't matter if you've got the dot. It doesn't matter if you've got iron sights. It doesn't matter if whatever you're doing. At the end of the day, um, you're going to have to put in a lot of sweat equity there. Like Garrett does not shoot the way he does because of that aim point and COA. I've seen you rock iron sights pretty good as well, So, um, seen lots of dudes confident in 40 cal XDs. I haven't got to shoot it yet, but just handling it and doing some dry practice with it. I really like it so far. Talking about the COA, yep. It's a dot, not a crosshair. Application is going to matter. Yes, I see what you're saying. Being able to see what you're looking at makes a psychological difference rather than covering up what you're trying to hit. Yes, and so that's one of the benefits that we talk about with the circle when we're comparing the two. But what that really matters for is that 25-yard bullseye stuff. If we're talking traditional gunfight distances, length of a car or something like that, if you're using the dot, you're looking at the high upper chest and you're going to bring it up there, put the thing on the thing and press the thing. If you're using the circle only, you're going to look at the chest, you're going to bring that up until the circle is kind of just covering that area, and you're going to start pushing the thing. Start pressing the thing. So does that ability to look through the circle make a difference in the heat of the moment? I don't know. What I would really like to do, and we tried to make happen, I don't know if I ever talked to you guys about this or not, but we had those slides that we were going to put red dots on them. But I'm sure we've talked about this on a live stream before, because what I would really like to do is do some dot only and circle only force on force stuff, and those slides, there's some generation between one generation to the other of Glocks that like these new slides wouldn't fit on. So our force on force guns are the older generations, and I guess these slides were made for the newer generations, and they just would not go on there. I don't know if I ever gave you guys an update about why those weren't on our force on force guns. So now we've just got a bunch of slides lying around for force on force guns that we can't do anything with at the moment. Let's see, guys. What else? So I talked about our mobile classes. I'll just do I'm curious about dots for force on force too. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Which I know Andrew does. You've got some force on force stuff set up for your airsoft. Joey, do you know of any good information about flying with a gun to get to a class? I think someone brought this up on the alumni page not too long ago, and I think someone answered it, and I kind of agree with this person. I've only ever flown out of Tennessee with my gun. I have flown from Tennessee. I've flown into Colorado, and I've flown into Vegas, like out there, so Nevada. I have never had any problems with checking a gun. I've never been held up. I've never been like, like they don't harass you. Like getting the gun from Colorado, checking it back in when I was flying home. Same thing for Nevada. So my best advice is, look up whatever they say, follow all of their dumb regulations to the best of your ability. Don't stop in New York City of flying. Yeah. I mean, definitely not. Yeah, I wouldn't even, like, I don't know if I would check. I would not fly to the Northeast, because I wouldn't want to take the chance of being rerouted to it. Yeah. Like, what do you do in that situation? Can you just not pick up your luggage? like I'm just gonna have to leave that Glock in New York, um, so anyway, so follow whatever regulations they say. If they say to have the ammo still in its box and this and that, then do it. I will say, I will say how I do it every single time is I buy a box of ammo. Like, I just get a full box. I put it in the whatever thing I'm putting in there with my gun. I lock the slide back. I take my mag out, or I got 2 mags. I take my magazines out with the slide locked back, and I have a case that is not big, but big enough for all of that to, like, I can finagle it just right to fit everything in there. And that's how I check my, carry gun. It's easy. It's too easy. They're just, for the most part, they're just doing their job. Like, they don't, like, when you go up to the clerk and you're like, hey, I need to declare a firearm, like it's not like sirens start going off or they put you off into a different line or anything like that. They just hand you a piece of paper and have you sign it. And, they'll ask you some questions, but it's nothing crazy. It's super easy. I just buy the TSA approved locks and stuff like that. Whatever that means. Garrett Matson, I travel with too many guns. Don't trust TSA. Driving is my answer. James was the same way. James, anytime we went to SHOT, like, we were driving that full 26-hour drive out to Vegas, So, yeah, I don't blame you a bit. Anytime we travel for classes, that's how we do it. Yeah, the only time that I've ever flown recently was going out to Vegas for SHOT Show, instead of doing that whole drive, because that turns into a 2-week trip real easy. Whenever you've got 5 days, 6 days in, for a range day included, so Sunday through Friday, then the 2 days of driving out there, 2 days of driving back if you're booking it and stuff like that. So I don't blame you a bit. Ground Fog, what's up, man? My COA came from a dealer in New York, so it came with 10-round mags. I feel cheated. Damn, you were cheated. Ryan Campbell, flown a lot with a gun. You need a locked case, etc. Southwest Airlines is actually good about this. Be cool when you declare it. Yeah, act like you have done it 100 times. They're not going to care. To Andrew, those guys are dicks. Red dots work. Who's being a dick? Oh yeah, talking about the 40 cal guys. Okay, excellent. Had to get caught up. What I'm saying is that confidence in your legit choices are a big part of mindset. Yeah, excellent. Cat Ass, what's going on, man? Saying hello from Daytona Beach. Excellent. Andrew with combat art training is fantastic. Take his class, you will learn a ton. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, combat art training, Garrett. Andrew is awesome. If you guys have been in the live stream any amount, then you will know that. Appreciate the info. Wanting to go to your Florida class from West Coast. Okay, yeah, dude. Easy peasy. I can't imagine that you definitely shouldn't run into any problems flying into Florida. For sure. It's not that big of a deal. Been rocking the dot only ever since. Oh, damn, Rocco's been rocking the dot only. Look at you go, man. Confidence is the key to life. Man, that's awesome. Look at you guys being all philosophical and stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, I just want people to put red dots on their guns. If you're doing a dot, if you're doing a circle or anything like that, I just want people to, carry a gosh darn gun with a red dot on it. Also, guys, everyone needs to be at the Combat Art Summit, September 27th through 28th. Yes, you do. And we have a coupon code, right? Is it fighting? Fighting one? Fight one? Andrew, you've only told me 6 times what this coupon code is. I believe the Combat Art Summit is for everybody. Yeah, it's going to be up there at Tap Rack Ridge. I know we're going to be there. I've talked with Paul and Jared out there. They've talked about being there as well. When is the Florida class, Joey? The Florida class is coming up in September. Oh, yeah. Not the first. It's not our first mobile class. September 20th through the 23rd, we're doing pistol and then advanced pistol. Oh, codes for alumni. Well, hey, man, you're right. You're right. Most of you guys are alumni. If you're not an alumni, you are bound by honor to not use that coupon code if it works. We have a loose honor system here. Let's see. Got XS big dot only on my Glock. That thing just works. Hey, listen, big dots are great. Big dots are awesome. If you're not going to carry a red dot, I think a big dot's the way to do it. I think you should have both. Looking forward to see you in Kentucky. Excellent, Joey. I'm old. Know that big XS big dot DXT2s in yellow are the way. Yeah, dude, those are great. Get them with get your big dots, your yellow big dots, and then put a red dot on your gun too. I mean, that's the boom, easy peasy. Ryan Campbell, big dot carrier, excellent. Yeah, no, you should be with a red dot. Shot with irons for 40 years from the Watchful Eyes. Yes, absolutely. So, yes, iron sights are great. But we've used them for a very long time. They get the job done. But a red dot is absolutely superior. I mean, no way around it. You can put enough work in. You can put enough practice in to where, I don't know, like it's tough. Like with just the big dots for like 3 to 5 feet, they might, like, I could still see them edging it out. But if you put the work in with the red dot, I mean, you get the dot just as quick, you know. Didn't like the silencer height big dots with the red dot. It kind of snags your vision. I didn't have that problem before my front sight fell off. Like I used it. I took it in a class or two and stuff like that. I did not have that issue. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a natural. Keep air tags in your gun case flying too. Yeah, there you go. That's a very good idea. Big dot carrier. Yep. Checking a gun means they won't lose your bag without getting in a ton of trouble. Another fair point. Absolutely. Just posted the coupon code to alumni. You can buy non-alumni people tickets. Just don't share it. I didn't like the silencer height big dots with the red dot. Yeah, I already talked about that. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I mean, I definitely get that. I do think that it's Watchfly 64. I don't have that much time left. Hey, man, there you go. Hey, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, it depends on, how you want to spend that time, I guess. If you don't want to spend it out on the range practicing, I can't blame you. I will say Tim, one of our instructors here, is, at least 87, and he swapped over to a red dot. He came through, he took some classes, he puts the work in with it now. I don't think I've been to the range with him, whether it's for a class or he's went out there to zero something and he hasn't drawn his pistol and shot it a bunch. So it wasn't a problem, so to speak, but blacked out iron seemed better to me. Okay. All right. There you go. I mean, I can definitely see it. I mean, the big dots are, are designed to get your attention, right? That's what the white is for, and that, safety yellow and stuff like that. Definitely designed to help pull your eye to it. Tim helped take San Juan. Yeah, dude. I know, man. But so I can definitely see it being like, I could definitely see you seeing it, kind of thing. I don't know. It just didn't bother me that much whenever I was running it through the classes and stuff. So I'm old too, but I don't carry a flintlock. Get with the program or become a dinosaur. Hey, that's the thing, man. I think that the benefits of the red dot, if you have the time, right? If you have the time, watchful eyes, to put the practice in, you just can't argue it. Make sure you can see your backup irons without glasses. Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, unless you just don't have the time to put into it, or aren't willing to invest the time, then I mean, like, there's no arguing that it is pretty fucking legit. Up close, far away, like it all comes down to practice. It really does. Nice. Damn. Well, this felt like a good live stream. I was just rambling a whole bunch, but I'm glad you guys hung in here the whole time. I forgot. There's stuff I can do here. Look at that. What's your? I could have started a Q&A, like, because I brought my laptop and I'm logged into the YouTube channel thing. It's like I can do like is Tim to. It's like, boom, check this out. Start this poll. Let's see what happens right here at the end. Is Tim too sweet mother? We have 4 minutes. Yes. Dot is faster, just saying. Yep. If you have the basics of pistol shooting, a red dot is like cheating. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I don't I don't know what else to say about it. Red dots are the way. Just is what it is. I mean, you have to worry about the mechanical side of the thing, like, that's a legitimate argument I'll give people. When someone talks, and I've said this 100 times as well, when someone talks about, like, hey, it's a mechanical device, it could fall or fail or this or that, and it's like, okay, I'll give you that. But if your only reason for not using it is I can't find the dot or fucking whatever else, like the batteries could die, like those two things, I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking about. Those all come down to either practice or doing your due diligence. Donut of Death is pretty sweet. It is. Donut of Death is pretty sweet. I'm a fan of it. I'm putting in some work on the dot only. When I go down to Florida, so we're going to try to get down there a day early, Andrew. So the plan right now, and I was supposed to text you about this the other day when Heather and I talked. Plan right now is we're going to leave here early Thursday morning, because Tim and I will not be back from Texas until Wednesday. So I'm going to wash up my laundry. We're going to leave early Thursday morning, come down there. We'll hang out Thursday afternoon. We'll hang out a little bit of Friday. And then I'm Friday evening, I'll be down in Titusville for, well, I'd like to be in Titusville before the range closes, because I'd like to go in there and check in with everybody and, find where we're going to be and everything like that. Nice. Now I can do this. Who voted no on if Tim was too sweet mother? You're crazy. He's too sweet mother for sure. Excellent. All right, guys. So here's the roundup of what we talked about today. We talked a lot about the red dot stuff. Excellent. You do the thing, do the stuff. If I ever decided to go with the now I'd go with the donut. I haven't tried it. Bug out weekend a couple of years ago. Yes. So don't forget about the mobile classes. We're going to be down there in Florida hanging out. I hope that I can see some of you guys there. Tim will be in Bastrop. I just confirmed that with him the other day. He said, yeah, it's going to be a rite of passage. Yeah, absolutely. So Tim will be in Bastrop. Tim will be out in Florida as well. Don't forget, We have the classes coming up in Kentucky. We have New Hampshire. I didn't even talk about the New Jersey shotgun class again. We've got Student of the Gun hosting Fighting Pistol out in Las Vegas next year in March. We're hosting a Student of the Gun martial application of the pistol 201 down here in Camden. We're doing like a tactical response west and a Student of the Gun east kind of situation. So if you guys haven't looked on the website, I know it's new. The calendar's a little weird and stuff like that. I promise I'm talking with the guy. We've got a plan in place to kind of smooth the user experience, but all of that stuff is on there. Even if you have to scroll forever to find it because you can't just scroll a whole month at a time and like have a nice pretty calendar outlook for you. But anyway, check that stuff out, guys. Those road classes, I think next year we're doing it a bunch, and so anyway, thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way. Now I got to get up and press these buttons. I'm pressing the buttons. The alumni group is on Facebook. Yes, it is. You have to have a friend who is on Facebook and in the alumni group invite you. If you don't have any friends like that, send me a friend invite and I will help you out.